And the description said specifically that you can hear the horse neighing in the background. Hey, welcome to the workshop. So I'm still hammering out the details with Steve about what our collaboration is going to be. It's probably just going to be a small series of videos specific to, watch creation or watch modification, something like that. But we do have something cool in the shop today. I ordered myself a grown-up watch. Yeah, what I mean by grown-up watch, so every watch that I've ever purchased for myself up until this point, even when I was traveling and stuff like that, has always been a Casio or a G-Shock. Not for any particular reason other than the fact that I just really like G-Shocks. I really like G-Shocks. I really like Casio watches, and they're cheap. So, well, they're not cheap, but they're inexpensive. So those are the watches I've always purchased for myself, but I've always wanted a grown-up analog type watch. So I bought myself a SEIKO watch. Now, the watch that I clicked on, the watch that I bought, obviously there were no actual images. I got it on Amazon. And when you order things on Amazon from the Amazon warehouse, you don't get an actual image of the product, but you get a small description. Now, the description said something along the lines of in good condition, packaging damage. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's not that big of an issue, right? I don't care about the box as much as I care about the watch. Well, when I actually got the watch, the story was a little bit different. So let's go over to the workbench and take a look at the condition of the SEIKO that I bought and see what has to be done in order to bring it into tip-top shape. All right, so here we are back at the watch bench or workbench, whatever you want to call it. Let's take a look at what we got. Oh, SEIKO. Okay, before I reveal why I'm disappointed in this watch, let me just start off by saying I ordered this watch off of Amazon. Now, this particular model I had on my wish list for maybe about a year or so. And I had just been watching the price. I should have just bought one when it was available new, but I didn't, and they sold out. And so I've been waiting for one to come back in stock, and finally one came into stock. I got my email. I said, all right, I'm going to jump on this and I'm going to order it. So I did. And this is what showed up. Description of the watch said it was in good condition. The packaging was damaged. Now, I don't see any damage on the packaging itself, except maybe right there. Okay, so there's a little cut in the packaging. I don't know if you can see that. But more to the point, what in the world is that? I don't know if the camera's gonna focus, but you can see here, there's a chip large enough to open the inside of the case to the elements. So all of the water resistance is basically gone at that point. Not to mention, I mean, there's probably dust and all kinds of stuff on the inside there. It even looks like there are scratches on the crystal. Down beneath the surface, it looks like, I can't tell if that's dust or, a scratch on the face. But anyway, look, I was pretty disappointed in the quality of this watch when I got it. So my initial reaction was, hey, I think I'm going to return it. But when I was thinking about whether or not I will see another one of these watches, I decided to just keep it. Now, that being said, I did contact Amazon and see if they would do anything about adjusting the price. They refunded me some of my money in an effort to give me something towards repairing the watch. It wasn't as much as I'd wanted, but anyway, I did end up getting a discount on the watch, so not all is lost. But the good thing is now I have a watch to kind of start my watch modding / repairing series. The watch is still cool. Let's take it out and take a look at the watch. I really like the band, even though it looks like it's a little worn down, but I love the racing look to it. It looks like a car guy's watch, and that's kind of what I love about it. So let's take it off of here, and I'm sure all these watch people are probably watching like, that's not how you do that. That's the wrong way to do that. Anyway, got myself a nice little SEIKO pillow there. SEIKO. All right. So let's take a look at that. That is a nice, I still like this watch. This one obviously not in great condition, but the watch itself is really nice. So I think, you know, all we really need to do is replace this crystal there. So I'm gonna go ahead and break out the caliper so that we can see what size crystal we're gonna need. But first, I'm gonna try it on my wrist. All right, so there it is on my wrist. And initial impressions is I'm not used to wearing a watch this big, so it looks a little big on my wrist. Just to me, it feels a little bit big, but it doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it. And this is also the first watch I've ever worn with a NATO strap, so I know that the NATO strap will kind of protrude it away from your wrist a little bit, but it feels good. And I think overall, I like the way it looks. I think it looks sporty, so I'm excited to get it repaired and get it back in a tip-top shape. So let's take a look at the caliper and see if we can figure out what size crystal we need to replace this with. So I'm not nearly as good at reviewing these watches as my buddy Steve. Check his videos out. We're doing a little bit of a collab. We're still trying to figure out what that's going to be, but you know, tune in later to see what that's going to be. So I'm going to leave the hardcore reviewing to him because he's a lot better at this, but I can tell you that I like the way the watch looks. The strap seems like, you know, pretty functional. It doesn't seem super high quality. I don't know if there's a specific type of material that they use for these NATO straps, but this one seems it seems a little flimsy, and it seems like it might come apart pretty easily if you wear it too much. But I like the colors, I like the way it looks, obviously. So yeah, but overall, you know, for what I paid for this watch, it's a little over $100, but that's considering the refund that Amazon kicked back to me for the issues. But I do like the fact that, you know, I got a watch that I like. It sucks that it was damaged, but I mean, just like with anything, if you buy a car, you know, it's nice to be able to repair it. If you buy a watch, it's nice to be able to repair that too. This is my first big boy watch. I don't know anything about big boy watches. I wear G-Shocks and Casios, like I said, usually digital. So there are a lot of features that I'm gonna have to learn about and figure out how they work. And so this is exciting. This is my first foray into grown-up watches. So here we are. We're gonna break out the caliper. Let's get that turned on. Oh, battery's dead. All right. Now, let's see if we can't figure out what size crystal we need to get. It would appear the crystal is 38.89 millimeters. So I wonder if that is an accurate enough measurement. 38.89 millimeters. And looking at it from the side, the stock crystal appears to be flat. There's no bubble to it. I don't know if that matters as far as ordering it is concerned, but all right, that's what we're going to be looking at. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to source a crystal for this. We're going to have to break our tools out. Well, they're already broken out, but we're going to have to actually use our tools, figure out how to replace this crystal, see if there's anything else that needs to be done to it. I want to keep this band, obviously, but I might get another band just to, you know, just in case, so that I can keep this one in good condition, since it is kind of unique with the color scheme. But that's gonna do it for this episode. So thanks for checking that out. Thanks for checking out the SEIKO, and we'll see what happens when we actually get a crystal ordered. So stay tuned for the next episode where we're actually gonna repair this watch. Well, thanks for checking out that episode of Luke's Shop. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Make sure you got the bell ticked too, so that anytime I drop a video, you get notified. Also, leave a like on the video, please. I would really appreciate that. And leave a comment too. Let me know what you think about the watch game, and let me know if there are any watches I should check out now that I'm into the big boy watch game. And also, you know, just leave a comment about how the format is, what you're liking, what you're disliking. Let's just have a conversation. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.